I am doing things that are true to me. The only thing I have a problem with is being labeled. Johnny Depp. Mr. Depp is a very well-known man. He is known for playing some pretty crazy characters, such as Edward Scissorhands, the Mad Hatter, and my personal favorite, Captain Jack Sparrow. Despite his childhood and his fame, he still remains to be kind. He donates to numerous charities and visits hospitals just to help bring a smile to anyone he can. First, let me give you some background information on Johnny Depp. I'm going to focus on his childhood and career. Don't worry though, I promise not to bore you. I'm only going to give you a summary. John Christopher Depp was born June 9th, 1963. A biography of Johnny Depp states that he was withdrawn, self-admitted, and a bit of an oddball. He even admits to being a little bit strange. Rather than, like normal children, all children flick lights on and off. I did it as a child. I'm a preschool teacher and my kids at the daycare do it. But they only do it maybe 6 to 7 times, then they're on to the next activity. Not Mr. Depp. He did it 15 to 20 times. That's crazy. I feel like that would get very annoying very fast. He dropped out of high school when he was 16, just like Mr. Walt Disney. He has 2 children. He was introduced to acting by his now ex-wife's ex-husband. That's a little strange to me. You don't hear people say, "Oh yeah, my acting career came from my wife's ex-husband." Like, it's just not something you hear all the time. But nonetheless, it's still cool. After that, though, his roles began pouring in. He premiered in Nightmare on Elm Street. That was his first. Then there was 21 Jump Street, Benny and June, and numerous others. Mr. Depp has had a very interesting childhood and career. While Mr. Depp has had a very successful career, he has remained humble and donated to numerous charities. I'm only going to talk about 2, because if I talk about all of them, we'll be here for 10 days or more. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Children's Hospice and Palliative Care Coalition. This coalition helps poverty-stricken families with health care. The workers are dedicated to improving children's access to community, hospice care, all that stuff through advocacy, program development, and education. Johnny Depp frequently donates money to help improve the lives of these families, which is very impressive to me because at one point Mr. Depp lived out of a car. He knows what it's like to be in poverty, and for him to be humble enough to give this money so that people have the same opportunity as he does is just, it's mind-blowing to me. The second one I'm going to talk about is Dogs Deserve Better. Anyone who knows Mr. Johnny Depp knows that he is a dog lover. He actually at one time put his set of Pirates of the Caribbean on hold so that he could fly back over to get his dogs who were at risk for being put down. That's love for an animal right there. It doesn't get much more loving than that. Back to Dogs Deserve Better. They are a non-profit organization, so they do this out of the kindness of their hearts. Their motto is freeing the chained dog and bringing out our best friend into the home and family. They just want to provide a better life for dogs. Mr. Depp, along with many others, donate money to help keep this organization going so that dogs can find a forever home. Johnny Depp once signed a photo that earned over $1,000 for this charity. Mr. Depp has donated time and money to both of these organizations to help families and dogs. His humility and generosity has helped many dogs find their forever home and many families with their poverty-stricken lives. Lastly, Mr. Depp spends a lot of time to help children in hospitals. He left set after filming one day. He left the set to go to Lady Cliento Children's Hospital in Brisbane, Queensland. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. Just to visit with children. He takes photos with them. He just sits and talks with them. And this hospital treats children anywhere from newborn to age 16. Those are some young kids. The hospital says that they love having him there, and he brings so much joy to both the children and staff. I mean, if I got a visit from Mr. Depp while I was in the hospital, that would give me the boost to keep going. I'm pretty sure it would. Oh, sorry. The second hospital I'm going to talk to you about is very dear to Mr. Johnny Depp. This is the Great Osmond Street Hospital. This hospital not only helps millions of children, but at one point helped Mr. Depp's daughter, Lily Rose. Lily Rose contracted E. coli. That can kill you. But in a 10-day period, she was better and was able to go home. Mr. Depp even stated that it was the most frightening thing that him and his wife had ever been through. He donated $2 million to them after they helped his daughter. He comes still today, dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow, the Mad Hatter, and numerous other characters that he plays. Children appropriate, of course. And he reads to them for hours. He talks with each child. He takes pictures with them. He signs things for them. He just spends time with them. I mean, I have health issues. I'm getting ready to go in for gallbladder surgery. And the way that just that has affected the things that I do on a day-to-day basis, sometimes I want to give up. But to know that there are people standing there behind me, supporting me, that's what keeps me going. And I feel like when Mr. Depp visits these kids, that lets them know, hey, I'm behind you. I support you. And that gives them the boost to keep going, because these children have cancer. These children have so many worse things than what I have going on. You know, it's amazing. Mr. Depp has donated a lot of time to these hospitals just to improve the lives of these children and give them hope. In conclusion, Johnny Depp has helped numerous charities, all while starting his career. His career has skyrocketed, however, he still remains humble. He has helped charities by donating money to Dogs Deserve Better, Children's Hospice and Palliative Care Coalition, and Great Osmond Street Hospital. He helps other charities such as Lady Cliento Children's Hospital and Osmond Street Hospital by donating time. Whether it be monetary help or donation of time, Mr. Depp has made a career for himself while staying humble. Like Mr. Depp says, don't let yourself be labeled. Do things that are true to you.